Yeah, so talking about the Indian commentary scene, we've heard of Devraj Puri, Narottam Puri, Sun, Vizzy. So who were some of your favorite Indian commentators, and what are your memories when you grew up listening to some of these people?
Yeah, these gentlemen, they were a little before my time.
Okay.
Devraj Puri and Pearson Sureta,
Right.
uh, Vizzy, all these gentlemen. During my time, it was Anand Setalwad.
Okay, yeah.
Very, almost melodious voice and a very suave, smooth
In English or was it in
delivery
Hindi?
in English.
In English. Okay.
In English.
Right.
So Anand Setalwad was fantastic.
Right.
Tony Cozier was not quite Indian, but he was really my hero.
Okay.
Absolutely terrific.
Right.
But Dicky Ratnagar and Anand Setalwad, to my mind, were two
Right.
of the best.
Okay.
But really, even though it was a little into the 90s,
Right.
India's real world-class commentator has to be Harsha Bhogle. So he began with radio like everybody else started with domestic cricket,
Okay.
transitioned to national level,
Oh, so
and then
even
we
the
lost him.
Ranjis are kind of recorded on radio.
Yeah.
There's commentary
That's
there?
how I got into to radio cricket as well.
Okay.
So he started with radio,
Okay.
and then we've lost him to television. I don't think he'll ever do India radio again.
Yeah.
But he was a fantastic radio commentator. Still is. I mean,
I
still
heard he did
covering
some radio commentary in
Yes.
Australia, isn't it?
He's doing that for ABC for this series as we speak. So
Right.
he is obviously India's best ever.
And so when did you realize that you want to take a shot at radio commentary? I'm sure you had a typical Indian upbringing with focus on education, etc. So tell us your experience of your first break into radio commentary.
Yeah. Look, I grew up in Mumbai, and
Right.
like many other kids of my generation, played a lot of gully cricket.
Right.
And in each of these games, I'd be shooting my mouth, commentating on the game. And soon people here and there realize that this kid he's got a bit of a natural flair for it.
Right.
And reports reached my parents, and they said, "Hey, this guy can't play, but he can talk about the game well."
Right.
And then there was this contest by the Thackeray group of mills, Vijay Merchant.
Right.
It was an open commentating competition, and I won a prize there.
Fantastic.
So
How old were you
it
then?
came. I must have been no more than 11 or 12.
Okay.
Just a kid.
Okay.
And then later in life, I joined Times of India,
I see.
where I had the chance to meet people like Pradeep Vijayakar,
Right.
the late K.N. Prabhu.
Right.
I was part of the editorial team, so it had Rajdeep Sardesai there and a couple of others who were connected to the game.
Sure.
So from there, I got a introduction to All India Radio. There was an audition done,
Okay.
and soon I started covering a lot of Ranji,
Right.
Irani Trophy games, etc.
In the western part of India?
In Bombay,
Bombay,
largely, and the occasional trips to other parts of the country.
Okay.
And then I got elevated to the national panel.
Fantastic.
But then soon after that, I came to Singapore. So
Right.
it was a very short kind of a stint,
Right.
but memorable nevertheless.
Yeah, give us a couple of memorable stints from, I'm guessing you've done a lot of commentary at CCI, Wankhede, etc. Any couple of special stories?
Yeah, quite a lot. In fact, I remember Shane Warne coming into India in 1998.
Oh yeah, that
if I'm
big
not
hype
mistaken.
series,
Yes.
right? Of course, the nightmare.
And
right.
the first game was against Mumbai at the CCI. And the CCI has a great little commentary box, which
Right.
is open.
Right.
It's not air conditioned.
Right.
I remember Sachin coming out to bat against Warne,
Yeah.
and he blocked the first ball,
Yeah.
and the next one was over mid wicket for 6.
Right.
And it was so exciting to see Sachin just tear into Shane Warne in that particular game. He got a double century.
Yeah.
And then he never took his foot off Shane Warne's neck in the whole series. Kept attacking him by hitting him across the line.
Right.
And that slog sweep became so famous.
Right.
So it is great. I was commentating in that game,
Right.
and I'll never forget it.
Fantastic.
And it gives you the chance to rub shoulders with a lot of players. I remember interviewing a young Vinod Kambli
Really?
in 91 or 92.
Right.
I was struck by his swagger and confidence, and
Right.
I remember asking him, Vinod, who is the bowler you respect the most? And that kid said, I respect bowlers, but only when I'm not facing them. So I said, here is a boy that'll go far, because he's got not just batting ability and skill,
Right.
but a lot of confidence.
Right.
It's a pity that he hasn't really fulfilled his
Lived up to his
potential.
potential. But that's amazing. And who were some of your contemporaries in the commentary box?
There were plenty. Pradeep Vijayakar was one.
Okay.
There were others. Milind Tipnis is a guy
Okay.
who's doing a lot of commentary at the national level now.
Okay.
Suresh Saraya is another big
Saraya,
name there.
right,
Yeah, I've done a number of games with him.
Okay.
Yeah. Harsha never got the chance to do whole games, but I remember him walking into the box once
Okay.
and doing a 1 hour stint with us.
Okay.
That is a great experience.
That's a big experience. And tell us, what's the atmosphere like in a? I mean, I've seen the TV commentary box, but never seen a radio commentary box. How is it different?
It's not much different from a TV box. It's
Okay.
essentially 2 or 3 people conversing,
Right.
and it has a scorer.
Okay, you have a
it has a
scorer.
statistician. It has a television set.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same.
All right.
It's not conversation. It is basically done unlike television where 2 or 3 people converse at the same time.
Right.
In radio, it is a commentator's rota. So you have 15-minute stints. So I do a 15-minute stint.
see.
I pass it on to the next
Okay.
guy.
So you can't have a conversation.
You don't have a conversation like you
per se.
do typically on television.
I see. Okay, okay, that's interesting. And and in terms of radio commentary, the way radio commentary in India has shifted. I mean, some say it's dying a slow death, vis-a-vis how perhaps it's still living or it's thriving in other foreign countries. What's your take on that? Why is radio commentary in the subcontinent not as prevalent as in other parts of the world?
I think the main reason is television.
Okay.
The landscape of the media has changed completely.
Okay.
And it started in the late 90s. ESPN came into India.
Right.
And that just completely ate into the share of radio.
Right.
And it was a heady mix.
Okay.
People could see what was happening
Right.
on television, yet hear the best of experts
Right.
talk in front of their eyes.
Yeah,
And it's an evolving medium. You have stump cameras today. You have
that's right.
you can talk to a captain while he's on the field, etc.
Right.
So it's a medium that is making rapid strides, while radio hasn't.
Right.
So therefore, it is inevitable that radio should die a death. It doesn't have to though. There
Right.
are ways and means of reviving it,
Right.
and probably privatizing the radio
Right.
would be one option.
Because
And
you see that, like you were telling me earlier before this interview, that in England and Australia, it has still thrived, radio as a medium. So is it because of the government's policies about radio, or is it about sponsorships and money coming in from certain segments?
It could be the case. I'm not quite sure if these channels are private in
Okay.
England and Australia.
Right.
But in India, for sure,
Right.
with due respect to All India Radio,
Right.
unless and until it is privatized,
Right.
you won't see too much action coming in there.
Right.
Also, the quality of commentators is key.
Right.
Like I said, in BBC, you have people who've played the game at the highest level. You don't need to Prantik to have played cricket at the highest level. I think if you reasonably understand what it is like to play with a hard ball,
Right.
the feeling when you get out there in the middle,
Yep.
then you're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying that one should have played Test cricket to commentate.
Fair
Harsha Bhogle is not a Test commentator. He's not a Test player,
cricketer,
rather. So I don't think that is a must, but it definitely helps to have played cricket at some level. So to have the right guys
And probably
behind the
raises the
microphone,
profile as well. And if I
for
see
sure.
a Ganguly on radio,
I
probably
think people want to hear it.
yeah, piques my
So
interest.
the right guys behind the microphone,
Right.
so money, infrastructure, the intent
Right.
can definitely revive radio again
Radio
in the
again.
subcontinent.